hijack the news. Thanks again.
Yeah, Robin was doing a news story about Apple releasing the iPhone in response to the BlackBerry, and then they go off on all the berries, African-American berry, Marion berry. But then Robin did another story about Ted Kennedy, and Artie and Gilbert go off on their Kennedy impressions, and then it just gets nuts from there.
Yeah, Gilbert's sitting on the news from January 10th, 2007.
We talked about this earlier. The Apple Corporation has come out with a new phone. It's to compete, I suppose, with the BlackBerries and the Treos of the world. And it has a completely automated touchscreen format. Here's Steve
But the Treo
Jobs.
has that.
Gilbert, what's another way to say BlackBerry?
No, I don't want to hear it. Please let me get that.
Encouraging him. He's sitting over there sleeping. Leave him alone. He's trying to get some rest.
I remember Gilbert from the Hollywood Squares a few years ago, and it made me laugh.
Apple
African-American
CEO
berry.
There you go.
Steve Jobs.
Holly Berry.
This is a phone he'd like to have.
Fred Rerun.
One of the big motivating factors for us is just creating something that we all want ourselves, too.
Jeez, well, thank you for laughing and cackling all over that.
Reading about the new phone.
Wheezy berry.
Reading about the new phone that Steve Jobs and Apple are coming out with. I don't see anything all that new, but what do I know?
It's a little bit
That's on the
big.
Nipsey Russell berry.
My Treo has a touch screen.
I'm going to ignore this.
My Treo has a touch screen.
The Slappy White Berry.
They're like the bad kids in class now.
Yeah. They're
The teacher's trying to go
The Scully
on.
Mitchell berry.
Get more obscure, why don't you?
I think Gilbert would watch TV once in a
Scully
while.
Mitchell.
The watermelon eating berry.
All right, let's go, Robin. What else you got
Enough,
to do?
Benji. That was an awful joke.
The president will be speaking later today. He's finally ready to unveil his new plans for
The
Iraq.
Godfrey Cambridge berry.
Turn off his mic. Go ahead.
The lazy berry.
Oh, funny,
Oh, that's
Artie.
funny. Come on, let's go.
Here's Tony Snow, who says that the president is changing Iraq's plans, but it won't end the debate. So don't expect all the talk about Iraq to go away. Number one.
The address the president is going to give to the nation is not the end of the debate. It is the beginning of an important consideration of how we move forward in Iraq.
Please, we have a...
He's going to propose bringing in 20 to 30,000 more troops in order to quell, and most of them in Baghdad, in order to quell the sectarian violence that's going on there and shore up the Iraqi government so that maybe they could start running things themselves. Here's Senator Harry Reid. He says the GOP will join Democrats in fighting an escalation in this war.
We believe that there are a number of Republicans who will join with us to say no to escalation.
Senator Ted Kennedy also at the forefront of that fight. He says Congress must stop Iraq's escalation.
No additional troops can be sent, and no additional dollars can be spent on such an escalation unless and until Congress approves the president's plan.
I sent you an email on my colored berry.
Oh, jeez. Pitiful.
I will send you a message on my Yaphet Kodo berry.
My James Baldwin berry.
My James Earl Jones berry.
Also, we must destroy any children of Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah.
Anything else, Robin?
And let's make sure that Artie never has any.
My black honeymooners berry.
My Cedric the Entertainer berry.
Marilyn Manson already has a new girlfriend, according to some accounts.
He's
They
hot.
say that Dita Von Teese, his wife, who has left him
got
over
great
2 weeks
teeth.
ago
I'd like to drown that bitch.
because of Marilyn's partying, but also because of his women friends. They say he was even friends with Angelina Jolie.
My brother killed
before she
Marilyn Manson.
started adopting
I'd like to drown
all
her
those
and then have a stingray
foreign
stick
kids.
out.
She was a lot more fun.
My brother fucked Marilyn Manson.
Oh, Jesus.
Wasn't that Marilyn Monroe, Mr.
I'm
President?
sorry.
Senator.
My one brother fucked her, my other one killed her.
I was like, what? Anyway.
Our family works together.
They say that he's also been hanging around and gets constant phone calls
We
from
tag
Lindsay
team
Lohan.
Yes,
Marilyn, very popular with the young girls.
I tell you.
I
30,
knew Martin
38
Luther
years
King
old.
Berry.
also say now he's dating a young 19-year-old girl who he's doing a movie with.
So why does he get married? Why did
My
you
George Kirby Barry.
Why did Marilyn Manson get married?
My
You're
Rochester
asking me this in the House of Bedlam? Why?
You know what, Gary? Book Marilyn Manson. I want to ask him why he got married if he's taking calls from all these women.
I want to see what it was like
He
blowing
said
my brother.
Everybody does it. Even Gilbert's getting married.
I drowned her. 12 hours later, I emailed her on my Esther Berry.
Anything else, Rob?
My Amos and Andy Barry.
Wow. I'm glad you two are entertaining each other.
Because Ralph called up and said Gilbert was quiet. Now it threw Gilbert into a tizzy.
Watch that on Ralph's face,
all
Barry.
right, shut up.
My Sidney Poitier Barry.
If you said my Marion Berry, it would have been at least snitty.
Yeah, that's something
Well,
witty.
no. I started with Holly Berry. That's how it
All right.
started.
Well, you went one too many, okay?
Then I went to Fred Rerun Berry, which I thought was
yeah,
nice.
and then what
And
happened?
then Gilbert had to start with this bullshit.
All right, go ahead, Robin.
There's something we haven't discussed.
Mary
And
Berry's a good
that's
one.
the fact. Yeah, but you didn't think of it.
You're right.
Go ahead. Chuck Berry.
You were too busy just laughing at each other. There's a South Dakota senator who had a stroke,
Yeah.
and he was a Democrat.
Right.
And that's why the Democrats are in charge of the Senate right now.
We're in
But
charge.
the guy stroked. He's still at home in the hospital.
I'm stroking it right now.
I should be in charge with my enormous red head.
He underwent emergency brain surgery back on December 13th.
What do I have in common with Lucille Ball? Redhead.
And if he can't continue to be a member of the Senate,
My brother loved
the
redheads.
governor of his state
I
South
fucked
Dakota
Desi Onez.
is a Republican. And he would appoint a Republican senator, which would then make it a 50-50 split.
I love
Dick
Ted
Cheney would be the tiebreaker in any deadlock in the Senate, which would once again swing the control of
I
the Senate
swing
to
about the
Republicans.
ways.
Here's Ted Kennedy.
The Democrats' hold of the Senate is a very, very fragile one because this guy's in the hospital. He's in fair condition. That means his vital signs like blood pressure and temperature are stable and within normal limits, but he could be, in the hospital for months and still hold the seat. So he's going to sit there in the hospital and continue to be a senator.
Wow.
I've been a
I know,
senator
it
for 80
means nothing
years.
with all that noise going on.
All right. Anything else, Robin?
Saddam Hussein's attorney says he doubled his treadmill workouts just before his execution so he wouldn't look bad.
Oh, how nice. What a sick man.
Good idea.
What a nut. Like, wouldn't you just, let it go at that
Who
point?
cares? He
You know what?
doubled up on the treadmill.
I got one of these rag magazines. You know who let it go? Cher. She got heavy.
You're
She doesn't
kidding.
care anymore.
She looks like Chastity now.
Not that heavy, but she's fat. And
I certainly have let it go.
it's like if Cher doesn't care, who cares?
Well, Cher's pretty old now.
So what does that mean?
Nobody else cares.
You get old and you can't hold on?
No, that means she was keeping it together because guys wanted her, but I guess nobody wants her now.
I guess she was keeping it together and no guys wanted her. And she said, what am I doing this for?
Meanwhile, you talk about what has happened to Saddam Hussein's image since he was hanged. An impoverished village in eastern India wants to honor him with a statue. They've petitioned the Indian government to change the name of the town to Saddam Hussein Lahana, following his recent execution. So there's a little Indian town. His reputation spreads. Then now in India, there's a little town that wants to name itself after Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, they love him
to
now.
honor him.
Everybody loves him now.
Welcome,
It's like Professor Backwards over there. Anything we think that we're doing that's going to work doesn't.
welcome to Husseinville.
I know what we'll do. We'll just kill Saddam Hussein. They'll finally be on our side. We kill him and they love him. They love him even more.
Yeah, if you want to be really popular, let us kill you.
Anything else, Robin?
The stomach flu is taking hold of the nation. They say flu has arrived with a vengeance this winter.
By the way,
The so-called what?
a true fact is that Hussein, what is it called? Hussein, what are they going to name the town?
Lahana.
Lahana, after Saddam Hussein.
Mm-hmm.
It's 15 miles north of Hitlerberg.
Kurt Flood Berry.
Makes the rounds every winter and is hitting much of the country hard this year. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention says that the leading cause of contagious gastroenteritis is the novovirus, which is capricious and is easily spread. Wasn't that what hit Will?
This was capricious.
Man, that's awfully capricious of
Have
you.
an accident all over himself. And we know that the #1 movie at the box office this week was Night at the Museum. They now say that the movie
it's hilarious.
is so popular. What's that? That'll shut Artie up.
That did. I'll stop anything you say. I'll stop talking right now.
Please. But anyway, they say that visits to the Museum of Natural History have increased as a result of the popularity of the movie.
Oh, is that?
It looks hysterical.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's right.
What movie?
Ben Stiller.
Night at the Museum, Ben Stiller.
You won't go see that, huh, Gilbert?
Yeah, it's up between that and the Cedric the Entertainer movie.
You like that?
Here's Ellen
I haven't seen
Futter.
enough movies where Ben Stiller does every hack comedy move on the planet.
There's Ellen Futter, who talks about the boost at the of attendance at the Natural Museum.
We've had a 20% overall increase, and that represents around 50,000 more people at this time over this.
Get her all cocky. You know what I mean? Like, we've had a 50,000 increase. Like,
They were so right to make that movie.
Period since the movie opened.
most important movie ever.
Oh my goodness. You're an animal.
Anything else?
So there you go.
Natural history to block.
Come on. How many shows have a guy doing Paul Lynde on it?
That's what's happening.
All right, thank you, Robin. And Gilbert, thank you for laughing for the whole newscast.
Lock the car doors. We're driving through a Berry neighborhood.
Live daily following The Howard Stern Show.
It's the Howard Stern Wrap-Up Show.